University of Tennessee, the left fielder, number 33, Dylan Greiling. 6, playing first base from the University of Oklahoma, number 28, Cade Brown. Batting 7th, the third baseman from Kansas City Community College, number 12, Palmer Hutchison. Batting 8th, the shortstop from Arizona Western College, number 4, Ben Fiorenzi. And batting 9th for the Larks from East Tennessee State, the right fielder, number 8, Leo Jimmy Young. Tonight making the pitching start for the Larks from Fort Hays State University, number 24, Parker Hunter. 40th season with the Larks. Please welcome the head coach, Mr. Frank Leo. Pitching coach is Keith Hyper. Assistant coach is Andy Luton.
gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 4 of the 2022 Hayes Larks season. Game 2 of 2 against the Boulder Collegians. Larks victorious yesterday, winning 7-3. Hunter Parker on the mound for the Larks. First pitch clocks in at 5:05 p.m. here in Hayes. Game moved up from the original 7 start time due to the expected weather. We've already had some rain during warm-ups, so we'll see how long this game can go. Ground ball, hard to left side. Palmer Hutchison dives for it. Won't be able to make a complete play on it. Does keep it in the infield. It'll be a leadoff base hit for Anna Moser, and Boulder gets a leadoff single.
The right fielder, number 4, Jackson Woolwine.
Jackson Woolwine on deck. Ernie Arumbala in the hole. And that at bat, now it's Woolwine who comes to the dish. Jackson Woolwine from the Colorado School of Mines. Larks used to get a few guys from the Colorado School of Mines every year. Past couple of years, that tradition has ended. Mikey Gangwish played there for a while and spent 3 summers in Hayes. Throw down to second is an absolute dime from Tyler LaRue. The tag, however, from Tanner Rice, they say won't be in time. That was really close. What a beautiful throw from LaRue from behind the dish. Runner moves into scoring position. Going back to the Colorado School of Mines, talked about Gangwish, a 3-year Lark from there. Nash Neff was from there. And then Walter Pennington was an ore digger at the Colorado School of Mines and now is in the Kansas City Royals organization after spending a summer in Hayes. 2-1 reads the count to Woolwine. A runner in scoring position, nobody out in the top of the first inning. Larks on a 2-game win streak, both wins at home. Strike 2 called. Parker on the mound, an Aurora, Colorado native, is the only Fort Hays State Tiger on the roster, and it was one of 2 NCAA Division II guys on the team for Hayes as well. We'll go from the stretch. The 2-2 to Woolwine is on its way. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 on the day for Parker, and now we have our first out of the ball game.
The shortstop, number 2, Ernie Arumbala.
Strikeout number 4 on the season for Parker through 1 2/3 innings pitched. Parker pitched in the season opener in Great Bend through 1 1/3. Walked 2, struck out 3, allowed 1 hit. No runs came across the score on him. Chopper back to him. He fields it on the mound, looks at the runner heading to third, and decides to go to first, and Arumbala will be out on the ground out to Parker. Moving to third is Adam Moser, 90 feet from breaking the game open.
Designated hitter, number 23, Matt Farrell.
Cleanup hitter to the dish, it's Matt Farron. Farron caught in yesterday's game and will get some rest on his legs today. In that Great Bend game, Parker threw, as I mentioned, an inning and a third, came in relief in the 7th inning, was the 5th pitcher of the day, and then completed the 8th, and then no 9th inning as the Larks fell 5-3 to the Batcats. Oh, 1 home, catches the inside corner, no balls, 2 strikes. Farron yesterday also batted cleanup, and he went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts, but was hit by a pitch and reached on that. Swing and a miss here. Hunter Parker strikes out 2 in the first after allowing a leadoff single. Takes us to the bottom half of the inning. In Hays, Kansas, no score. Bottom of the first here from Larks Park in north central Kansas. Tanner Rice will lead things off for the Larks, getting the start at second base after having the day off yesterday. Sees one pitch and takes it to the Larks dugout. Now down the count, no balls and a strike. On the mound for the Boulder Collegians, Carter Swan just graduated from high school and will be going to Mesa Community College in Arizona. 1-1. Swan went to Castleview High School in Castle Rock, Colorado. 1-1 misses low to Rice, 2-1. Rice this year for the Larks, this will be his 3rd game. He's 3 for 7. All 3 hits are singles at the plate. Watches one just miss outside, 3-1. Rice scored a run earlier in the year, just 1, and picked up a walk. 3-1 at the letters for a call and strike 2, and we'll get a payoff pitch on the first batter from Carter Swan. Rawson on deck with Terosian in the hole for the Larks. 3-2 delivery, payoff pitch, runs inside on the off speed, and Rice will get his second walk as a Lark and move up and get a leadoff base runner for the Larks.
The designated hitter from the University of Texas at Arlington, number 6,
It'll bring Hunter Rawson to the dish. Soon to be a UTA Maverick with Tanner Rice. And Arlington, the 5'11 junior, appeared in 82 games at Weatherford Community College before going to UTA. In those 82 games, picked up 14 home runs while driving in 52, had an on-base percentage of .414. Off-speed runs inside off the turf, blocking it as Pulowski will go 1-1 with the counts. Rawson was a second baseman in yesterday's game and also the leadoff hitter, going 1 for 4 with a big double. Drove in a run with that double and then came around to score in the same inning that he hit it. Also picked up a walk. 1-1 outside, 2-1. Lights on here at Larks Park with an overcast sky. Just barely a breeze moving across the diamond from right to left. 1-1. Runner taking off is Rice. Pulowski tried to throw him out, but the ball wasn't in his glove, so Rice will move up 90 feet and get himself in scoring position. Larks aggressive on the base paths. They were last year, and they're starting to be this year. Really, in the opening day, Jack Terosian was the only one who was pushing a little bit of aggression on the base pass. He stole a base, but other than him, nobody was trying anything. In the past 3 games, had a little bit of a different story. Hunter Rawson will walk on 5 pitches. Back-to-back walks for Carter Swan. So 2 on, nobody out for Jack Terosian, a very dangerous bat. That stolen base from Tanner Rice was his first of the season. Coming up to the plate is the guy who leads the team in stolen bases, Jack Terosian. He has 5. He's the only Lark with double. Or multiple, I should say. Terosian 5 for 9 this year at the plate. All 5 hits are singles. He's driven in 1 run already. He leads the team in runs scored with 4. His on-base percentage is at .692. No balls and a strike to the Blue Dragon from Hutchinson Community College. 0-1 misses at his feet, and home plate umpire Randy Jordan says it hit him, and everybody will move up. Tough start for Carter Swan. 2 walks and now a hit by pitch. And we're going to get an early mound visit from Tony Rucco with the bases loaded. I'll bring Tyler LaRue to the dish, but not before the mound visits. Jack Terosian, no stranger to hit by pitches. He saw a few earlier in the season. Didn't get hit last night, but in the season opener in Hayes, he was hit twice. So quick mound visit from Tony Rucco to Carter Swan, and we'll go to Tyler LaRue. Bases loaded, Rice at third, Ronson at second, Terosian at first, with the power hitting catcher at the plate. Called strike 1. LaRue started off the season wearing number 17. They switched him to 26, and 2-6 takes this one to right field. Rice is sent home from third. Ross is going to round third and be in plenty of time. 2 RBI single for Tyler LaRue. Larks have brought for the plate. All 4 have reached, and the Larks take an early 2-0 lead over Boulder. Terosian moves to second in the process.
From the University of Tennessee, the left fielder, number 33, Dylan Dreiling.
So to the 5-hole, Dylan Dreiling, the Hayes native, getting the start in left field today. Outside delivery does catch the zone, called strike 1 on the future Tennessee Volunteer. Dillon had the day off yesterday, sends this one to left field. It drops in fair territory, rolls to the corner. Scoring easily would be Tarosian, and they're going to round Tyler LaRue home. The throw is going to be cut off, and Dylan Dreiling gets a double and brings home 2 runs. 1 through 4 in the order of all scored, and the Larks take an early 4-0 lead. Can't start much better than this. For Dylan Dreiling, just picked up his team-leading 4th and 5th RBIs of the season. And now has 27 career RBIs for the Larks over the course of 27 games. Outside delivery, 2-0 is the count to Cade Brown. Those 2 RBIs from LaRue were 3 and 4 on the season. He's second, and the team in runs driven in behind Dreiling. Swing and a miss on an off-speed, 2-1 counts. Carter Swan seeing the full potential the Larks had bats here in the first inning. Still nobody outs. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, a single and a double. 2-1, he paints the inside corner, 2-2. Swan, a 6'1" righty. Pitched in 9 games on the mound this past spring for Castleview. 2-2 home, it drops low. Brown watches it, and he works himself into a full count. Rice walked on a payoff pitch, and we'll see what Cade Brown can do with a payoff pitch here. Brown's second summer in Hayes. He walked 15 times last year. Waits on one, sends it off his bat over the grandstand, and will stay alive. Brown looking for his first walk of the season right here. On deck is Palmer Hutchison, Ben Ferenzi in the hole, and Hutchison will come to the plate with 2 on after the Larks pick up their 3rd walk of the first inning. Nobody moving in the pen. They're going to stick with Carter Swan and show confidence in their young righty. And Palmer Hutchison will have to wait for his at-bat as Pulowski wants to have a chalk with Swan. Cade Brown, first walk of 2022. 16th walk as a Lark over the past 2 summers.
The Larks third baseman from Kansas City Community College, number 12, Palmer Hutchison.
Palmer, the 7th hitter of the inning, still nobody out. 2 on, Dreiling at second. Brown at first. Hutchison had the day off yesterday. Back in the lineup today, 1-0 on the fastball. Three Hayes High graduates on the field right now. Palmer Hutchison at the plate, Dylan Dreiling at second, and then Larks first base coach Andy Luton, also a Hayes High graduate. Hutchison sends this one up the middle. Ambula fields it, tosses it to Silva. It'll be a 6-4-3 double play. Dreiling moves to third in the process, and there's outs 1 and 2. So we'll go to Ben Ferenzi. Ferenzi, one of 4 international players on the roster. The Melbourne, Australia native makes his way to the dish with 2 away. Dreiling 1 to score. 1-0 count after Swan misses outside. One and 1. Swan's thrown 26 pitches, 12 strikes. 2 hits allowed, 3 walks, a hit by pitch, and 4 earned runs through 2/3. Ferenzi fouls this one off. Go 1-2 with the count. Swan from the stretch, the 1-2. Ferenzi ropes it to left field. Souvenir only has to take a couple steps back and makes the catch 5 feet in front of the warning track. However, the Larks pick up a couple of hits and 3 walks and score 4 runs in the first inning. They're up by just as many as we go to the second here on Larks Network. Top of the second, Hunter Parker returns to the mound. Lead off ground ball to left side. It'll roll foul. 0-1. Took the hit away from Adam Moser, officially ruled as an error on Palmer Hutchison. So Boulder looking for their first hit here in the second inning. 0-1, Parker from the windup. Swinging one hit to left field. Dreiling will catch it on a line drive. Well struck, but Dreiling going to take a few steps in to record out number 1 of the second. That was Connor Pulowski who just lined out. We'll go to Brady Veltine. Veltine, the third baseman from the Colorado School of Mines. He lines this one to right field. It will drop in front of Jeminian for the first hit of the game for Boulder. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Larks. Left to right in the outfield, Dreiling, Tarosi, and Jeminian. Infield, Brown in the first base corner, Hunter Ross in the hot corner, Ferenzi and Rice up the middle with Tyler LaRue behind the dish. Hunter Parker, of course, on the mound. This delivery inside, 1-0. This one above the letters, 2 balls, no strikes to Andrew Silva, the second baseman from San Francisco State, D2 school out in California. From a stretch, chopped over the third base side, Hutchison barehands it, throws sidearm, pulls Cade Brown off the bag, but Cade Brown applies the tag. Nice barehand from Hutchison. He's gotten really good at picking him up from the turf with his right hand, and gets out number 2 of the second inning. Veltine moves to second. Dylan Souvenir to the dish. Left fielder, 8th in the lineup from Johns Hopkins University. Swing and a miss, can't hang with Parker's heater on the first delivery. And we'll go down the count, no balls and a strike. Parker, 5 strikeouts in 2022 so far. For the Larks, gets a foul ball here. Puts his career strikeout total for the Larks at 41. Struck out 50 guys this past season at Fort Hays and 51 the year before at FHSU, and then redshirted in 2020 for the Tigers. Before that, he spent 2 years at Western Nebraska where he struck out 101. Swan sent to the backstop off the top of it. Souvenir played outfield yesterday. Watches one miss outside, 1-2. Souvenir went 0 for 2 yesterday, but did pick up a pair of walks and scored 1 run in the 7-3 loss for Boulder. One-two home, line to the backstop. Souvenir stays alive. Do it for the Larks in the bottom half of the second inning. It'll be Leo Jiminian, Tanner Rice, and Hunter Rawson. One-two hit hard to right field. At the backstop, or at the warning track, is Jiminian, and he watches it go over the fence. It's a 2-run shot for Dylan Souvenir, the first home run the Larks have allowed this season. He brings home Velteen. And Larks Park gets pretty quiet. 2 RBIs on 1 swing of the bat for Souvenir. Had a great at-bat after being down 0-2. Watched the pitch and then cranks one to right. Bottom of the order, Derek Woolwine to this, the first baseman. Takes a called strike, 0-1. Has humbled up by Randy Jordan. A question, gives him a nod, and has a better feel of the strike zone. 0-1 home. This one will miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away, bases empty in the second inning. This one blooped to Ben Ferenzi, who runs on the grass and reaches up on a back trot to record out number 3. Boulder gets 2 runs back on the 2-run shot from Souvenir. They cut the deficit in half. 4-2 Larks as we go to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second, Carter Swan's first pitch will plunk Jiminian. He will head to first base. Over the top of the order, Tanner Rice. Second time the Larks have been hit today. Jack Terosian was plunked in the first inning from Swan. Larks have now been hit 5 times this season over the course of 3 games and an inning. 1-0 as this one misses high to Rice. Rice walked in the first inning, then stole second. And then scored on Tyler LaRue's single. Check over at first, not in time. Jeminian with some speed. One-0 home, outside corner, 1-1. Always be careful with Jeminian on the base pass. He'll check over at him. Stole 18 bases last year for the Larks, 15 the summer before that. And this year he's stolen 1, so 34 career stolen bases for the French outfielder. 1-2. Leo with a decent lead at first base, extends it by a step. Swan delivers outside. Pulowski pops up like he's going to throw behind Jeminian, holds onto the ball with the pump fake, and will go 2-2 with the count. Rice chases one low. It'll be a drop third strike. Instead of throwing down to first, no need to throw down to first. They'll throw down to second. Jeminian, however, is in safely for his second stolen base of the year. So Rice down on strikes. Jeminian in scoring position. And to Hunter Rawson, who walked in the first inning and scored. First delivery above the letters, 1-0 to Rawson. Jack Terosian on deck, LaRue in the hole. Off speed does catch his own 1-1. That run from Rawson was his 4th scored of the season. He has the second most behind Jack Terosian, who has 5 now. One misses low. It'll be off the glove of Pulowski. Jeminian getting a little risky and will be called out trying to advance to third base. Now 2 away, take the runner off the base paths. Didn't get too far away from Pulowski. Jeminian sent it, and we'll now have to go back to the dugout. Leo, a tough out on the base pass. He stole 73 bases in his French career. This one's going to be popped over the backstop, out of play, 1-2 to Rawson.
Don't forget, Larks fans, baseballs and foul balls are the property of the Larks. If you catch one tonight, please return it to Joe Go at the Larks Nest. Get $1, courtesy of the Hayes Police Department.
One-two delivery, bounces off the plate, 2-2. This next pitch will be Swan's 40th. Still thrown under 50% strikes, the 2-2, and they will get Hunter Rawson out on strikes. And after seeing 8 in the first inning, Swan faces the minimum, striking out 2. One swinging, one looking. Sends us to the third inning, 4-2 in Hayes. Top of the third here in Hayes. Hunter Parker back to the mound. Leading it off is at the top of the order, Adam Moser. First delivery, he fouls off. Go 0-1. Moser reached on an error from Palmer Hutchison in the first inning and was left on third base after 2 strikeouts from Parker. Oh, 1 home, swing and a miss on off speed. Good pitch choice right there. No pitcher this season for the Larks has thrown more than 3 innings. Parker has given up 2 hits and 2 runs through 2 innings today. 0-2, swing and a miss, picks up strikeout number 3 of the day and number 6 of the season.
The right fielder, number 4, Jackson Woolwine.
So Moser now 0 for 2. We'll go to Jackson Woolwine. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Woolwine, the right fielder. One of 2 Woolwines on the roster along with Derek Woolwine. 1-0 is the counts. Larks defense straight up. The 1-0 home. Nice pitch from Parker, 1-1. Hunter spent this spring at Fort Hays. It was a rough year for the Tigers. They had single-digit wins. Parker still struck out 50, threw 57 2/3 in 12 appearances. And before that, he made 12 appearances, 7 of those starts picking up 4 wins. 1-2 home, bases empty, 1 away, chopped to the left side and foul. Parker thrown 30 pitches today. 23 have found their way into the zone. The Aurora, Colorado native goes 1-2 from the windup. Pop to the right side. Brown goes to the area of the Collegians dugout and makes the catch in the first base coaching box.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Ernie.
2 away. Two away, bases empty. One 1-0 is the count to Ernie Arumbula. He grounded out to Parker for out number 2 of the game. This one's ground up the middle. Ferenzi, a great effort, a great dive. The throw to first, however, will not be in time. A huge effort on a great play from Ferenzi. Just a really tough throw on the ground to get there in time with a speedy Arumbula running to the base. And it'll be an infield single. I didn't think that one was going to even be brought in. I thought it was going to roll to Terosian in center. Third hit of the game for Boulder. Check over at first, not in time. Oh, 1 swing and a miss. 0-2. 2 away. Standing at first base is Arumbula. Matt Farron at the dish. He's 0 for 1 with the strikeouts. Parker Holmes, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 of the inning. Strikeout number 4 of the game. He leaves a runner at first and puts his season total at 7 strikeouts. Larks take a 4-2 lead to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, Jack Terosian will lead it off for the Larks. 0 for 0 on the day after being plunked and scoring in the first inning. And as soon as I said it, guess what happens again? Terosian hit for the 4th time over the past 3 games. He's been a magnet with the ball and also been a magnet going to first base. On base percentage coming into this game was at .692, and he's now in the 700s. Leadoff base runner for the Larks for the 3rd inning. Rice walked to start off the first. Jiminian was hit to start the second, and now Terosian hit to start the third. 3rd hit batter of the game for Carter Swan. He's hit 1 in every inning. Tyler LaRue at the plate, the cleanup hitters, 1 for 1 on the day with a 2 RBI base hits. 0-2 count to LaRue, and he'll foul it off. LaRue, the catcher from Houston Baptist. Former 38th round selection by the Washington Nationals in the 2019 draft. The 0-2 to LaRue misses low, 1-2. Tyler's dad, Jason, former MLB catcher, spent 8 years with the Cincinnati Reds, 1 year with the Kansas City Royals, and then finished out his career with 3 years in St. Louis playing for the Cardinals. .6'2" junior catcher watches this one, 2-2 counts. That single from LaRue in the first was his 2nd hit of the season. Taking off from first base is Terosian. This is going to be hit to first base side. It'll roll for a single. Had Terosian not already been starting his slide with how fast he is when the ball was hit, could have rounded second and got to third, but he's just too fast. Moves up 90 feet, and there's 2 on with nobody out. LaRue now 2 for 2 on the day. Dreiling to the dish now. Dreiling doubled in the first inning, was part of an 8-hitter first inning. 1 through 6 in the order all reached before the first out. 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, a double, and a single. That single from LaRue is the 3rd hit of the day for the Larks, 0-1. 2 hits from LaRue, 1 from Dreiling. Cade Brown on deck, Palmer Hutchison in the hole for Hayes. The 0-1 delivery from Swan to Dreiling. Be on his way, Swan gets set, goes from the stretch. Swan swung on a miss at the letters, 0-2. No movement in the pen for Boulder, as Larks have really done some damage to Swan through the first 2 innings. Pitch count now at 50. He's thrown 27 of those in the zone. The 0-2 from Swan is home. Dreiling watches it. It bounces off the chest protector Pulowski. Terosian will head to third. And LaRue to seconds. 2 in scoring position for Dylan Dreiling with a 1-2 count. Dangerous situation for the Collegians. They could use this out right here. Dylan had 2 RBIs on that double in the first inning. Now has 5 on the year. He drove home 13 last summer and 9 in his first summer at the Larks in 2020. Dylan had a home run in this home opener. And he hits this one to the right side. Terosian will score. LaRue sent home. The throw is going to be wild, and it's an RBI single for Dylan Dreiling, who goes to second on the throw. 2 hits and 4 RBIs for Dylan Dreiling. LaRue scored for the 2nd time today, and so does Terosian. LaRue now 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in, and Dylan Dreiling and company are having a great start to the game. They're up 6-2 now. So it takes us to Cade Brown looking to keep the magic going. 6-2 ball game, bottom of the third, nobody outs. Runner in scoring position at second base, and Dylan Dreiling. Cade Brown, the Oklahoma Sooner, at the dish. Walked in the first inning, and he takes a called strike one, unhappy with the call. Brown missed this year in the Big 12 for Oklahoma due to an injury, and then in 2021 he redshirted. Before he was at OU, he was at San Diego, where all of his appearances and games were on the mound. 19 of those, 16 in relief, 3 starts, 2 wins in the process. 0-1 home, misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still looking for the first out of the third inning. One fouled over the right side. That walk from Brown was his first of the year. Have to protect the plate. Right here, down 2 strikes. 1-2, swing, sends it to right field. Dreiling goes back to tag up. It won't matter. Drops on the warning track. Falls and rolls to the wall. Cade Brown has a double. Dreiling only goes to third in the process. And Cade Brown picks up his first extra base hit of 2022. His 4th hit as a Lark in this summer.
The third baseman, number 12, Palmer Hutchison.
2 in scoring position. Dreiling at third, Brown at second. Larks are hitting the ball really well. Still nobody out. And Mark Goodman will come out of the dugout and have a chat with Cade Swan, Carter Swan. I'll take a pause on Larks Network. Palmer Hutchison at the plate now. Brown at second, Dreiling at third. Hutchison 0 for 1 the day after grounding into a double play up the middle. One 0 count. Swan stays on the mound. He's given up 5 hits and gets a swing and a miss out of Hutchison, who was responsible for the first out of the first inning as a 7-hole. 1-1. It's game 2 against Boulder. Larks won yesterday. Game 3 of the 4-game homestand. Larks will play on Tuesday against their former rival, the Dodge City A's, before having a couple days off. And then on Friday, we'll take our talents to Colorado and face the Game Day Saints, game 1 of a 4-game road trip in Colorado. Hutchison lines this one to left center. It'll bounce in the grass. Dreiling will score easily, and so will Cade Brown. 2 RBI base hit for Palmer Hutchison.
2 RBI base hit.
Dreiling scores for the first time, and so does Brown. 8-2 lead for the Larks. And that'll be a day for Carter Swan. Tony Rucco comes out from the dugout. Larks scored 4 in the first. They scored 4 in the third here, still with no outs. We'll take a pause as we get a new pitcher and let you know who it is when we come back. Taking over back on the mound, it will be Dayton Stamper. He inherits a runner at first. Larks up by 6. Bottom 2 in the order. We'll have to face Ben Ferenzi at the plate now. Leo Jiminian on deck. It's Palmer Hutchison at first base. 1-0 delivery to Ferenzi. He sends it over the right side out of play, 1-0. Ferenzi flew out to Souvenir in the first inning, and that ended the inning. Larks left 1 on. They scored 4 runs, got 3 hits and 2 walks. 1-1. He's a little early, sends it to the left side, 1-2. Dayton Stamper on the mound, an Ann Arbor, Michigan native. Goes to Colorado State University Pueblo, the RMAC in the NCAA's second division. He pitched yesterday. Through 1 inning. Gave up 3 walks, striking out 1 hit allowed, 2 earned runs. Ferenzi thinks about swinging, and advancing to second base will be Palmer Hutchison as it gets away from Pulowski. Larks have another runner in scoring position. Two balls, 2 strikes to Ben Ferenzi. Two on its way. This one's sent to right center field. It's deep. Moving back is Woolwine, and he'll watch it. Ben Ferenzi has his first home run as a Lark, and it brings home Palmer Hutchison. Larks now up 10-2. They've scored 6 runs here in the 3rd inning. 1 through 8 in the order have all scored now. Just a great inning. Larks have brought 6 to the plate. Every single one of them has reached. And Larks are just dominating against Boulder today. First delivery to Leo Jiminian, the bottom of the order, misses outside, 1-0. Ferenzi, first home run as a Lark, his 4th hit, 3 singles and now a long bomb. Picks up his first RBI as a Lark, too, picks up 2 of them. Palmer Hutchison scores his first run of the season. 4 Larks with multiple RBIs, 2 apiece from LaRue, Hutchison, and Ferenzi, and 4 from Dylan Dreiling. 1-1 inside. Leo Jiminian, who was hit in the second inning, will see the same thing happen in the third, and will head to first base. He got hit and then stole second base, and then was caught stealing heading to third. So it takes us to Tanner Rice. Still nobody out. Larks have brought now 8 to the plate. Rice on the day 0 for 1, struck out in the second after walking and stealing a base and scoring in the first. 8-run lead for the Larks. Rice watches this one. It gets away from Pulowski. Woolwine chases it. Jiminian around second and will advance 2 bases on the wild pitch. He was out trying to get third in the last inning and now gets there without any contest. Run rule is 10 after 7, I believe. Still a little ways from there. 1-0 is the count to Tanner Rice. 5'7" freshman from Mesa, Arizona. Swings, takes this one to the first base side. A diving effort from Woolwine won't be enough. It rolls down the line. Rice rounds first and will have a stand-up double. Larks just doing their thing today. And Rice Larks fans half-price beverages for the remainder of the third inning because he's the beverage batter and there's still nobody out, so fans have plenty of time to head down and get a drink. Jeminian scores. Every single Lark has scored now today. 2 runs from Tarosian and 2 from LaRue have made it 11. Jeminian scores on the play. Rice with the RBI for Rice. His first RBI as a Lark. For Jeminian, his second run scored of the season. 0-1. Runner at second base. Hunter Rosin to the plate. 9th hitter of the inning. Still nobody out. Second double of the day for Hayes. Third double. Cade Brown had a double in this same inning, and Dylan Drelling had a double in the first inning. 1-1 count to Hunter Rosin, looking for his first hit of the day. Walked and scored in the first inning, which has already seen the base paths today. 1-1, kind of a half swing from him. He sends it to the shortstop, Arumbala. No trouble with it, throws to first, and we finally have our first out of the bottom of the third inning. After that, and we bat around Jack Tarosian to the dish. 10th hitter of the inning. He led off the inning getting plunked. And then he came around to score, and he did the same thing in the first inning. Was a third batter of the inning. Got plunked there and then scored. First pitch to him, he sends it on a blooper to left field. It's going to be over the head of Eltine. And Tanner Rice rounds third. And the throw won't go home. They'll head to second. And the throw gets away from Silva, and things just going south very quickly for Boulder. One thing after another. It's an RBI base hit and a throwing error. Tarosian, 3 for 3 in terms of getting on base today. His on-base percentage in the 700s. Picks up his first RBI of the day. Tanner Rice scores his second run. 12-2 ball game. Larks have 9 hits today. 2 in the first, none in the second, 7 here in the third. 8 runs in this third inning for Hayes, 0-1. Swan's just got to be demoralizing if you're Boulder, especially if you're Carter Swan and Dayton Stamper. It's just got to, one thing leads to another. Hit a guy and gets on base. That hurts your confidence a little bit. And then you allow a base hit to Tarosian, and then he advances to second on a throwing error, and it just makes things tougher for the pitcher mentally. And when you're off your game mentally as a pitcher, that's when things really go south. 1-1 delivery to Tyler Rue. He pops it up over to the right side. Woolwine chases it from right field. Calls off the other Woolwine for out number 2. Tarosian stays at second. LaRue now 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of singles and a pair of runs scored and a pair of runs driven in. 2 away, Dylan Drowling at the dish. Singled in this inning, doubled in the first inning. 12th hitter of the inning for Hayes. First delivered to Dreiling outside part of the plate. Called strike on a curveball. Good pitch from Stamper. Stamper, 2/3 of an inning, 3 earned runs. Swan off the glove of Pulowski. Tarosian stays at second. Swan's final numbers updated after the runs scored that were inherited to Stamper. 2 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 9 runs, all earned. 1-1, Dreiling sends it to right field. Woolwine looks up. It's going to bounce off the warning track and hit the wall. And Dylan Dreiling will have his second stand-up double of the day. Jack Tarosian scores for the 3rd time today. Dreiling now with 5 RBIs today. 13-2 lead.
Number 28, K. Brown.
Larks have scored 9 here in the third now. Dryling came in this game with 3 RBIs, now has 8 on the season. Outside 1-0. So after playing in 11 games in his first year at the Larks in 2020, he had 9 RBIs, and after just 2 games played and 2 2/3 of an inning, he's only 1 RBI shy of that mark. Cade Brown sends this one to left center field. Mosier calls off Souvenir, and that'll finally be the 3rd out of the 3rd inning. Larks bring 13 to the plate and score 9 runs, get a ton of hits, and take us to the 4th inning. Hayes up by 11. Top of the 4th, we go. Hunter Parker returns to the mound. Connor Pulowski will lead it off for Boulder. He's 0 for on the day. He lined out to Dylan Dryling, sends this one up the middle, and Boulder gets their 2nd leadoff base runner of the day. He's now 1 for 2. 4th hit of the ball game for Boulder. Larks in the 3rd inning had 8 hits. They scored 9 runs and left 1 on. Parker still on the mound with 1 out. He'll have the longest outing of the Larks 2022 season. 3 1/3. All gets away from him. 0-1 count. Brady Veltine in the dish. He singled in the 2nd and scored the first of 2 runs in that 2nd inning. 0-1 home, drops low. 1 ball, 1 strike. LaRue keeps it in front of him. Hunter Parker last summer for the Larks made 10 appearances. 8 of them starts. Went 4-0. Swing and miss on a 1-1. We go 1-2 with the counts. Parker had the most starts for the Larks, 8 of them. He had the 2nd most innings pitched with 40 and had the best whip among pitchers with 40 innings pitched with a whip at 1.10. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Read the scoreboard here at Larks Park. 13-2 lead for the Larks in the top half of the 4th inning. Two swung on and fouled off. Plowski at first. Average size lead. Parker goes from the stretch. Fastball off the turf. LaRue blocks it. Secures it. Payoff pitch home. And it'll be Hunter Parker's first walk of the day. Back-to-back base runners for Boulder. Pulowski moves to second. Veltine to first. Is moving up in the pen. It's a southpaw for the Larks. And Cam Walton also up in the pen, but he's not throwing. Fastball in the zone, calling strike one. Oh, 1 home, grounded back to Parker. He can't field it. Says it rolls to rights to Ferenzi. 4-6-3, double play, and we get 2 outs. Good job of the Larks right there. So maybe better that Parker wasn't able to get a glove on it. Veltine out on the play, and Silva now 0 for 2 with the ground outs to Palmer Hutchison and a double play now. Runner at third base, 2 away. This one's lined between Brown and Wrights, and the lead's cut to 10 with the RBI single from Dylan Souvenir. He has all 3 runs driven in. So he had that 2-run shot in the second inning.
The first baseman, number 16, Derek Woolwine.
Pulowski scores for the first time today. Bottom of the order, Derek Woolwine. He popped out to Ben Ferenzi for out number 3 at the top of the second. 13-3 ball game. No balls and a strike. Parker looks over his shoulder. Pop fly again. This one by the plate. LaRue ditches the face mask and records the catch and the out on the third base line. Boulder gets a run back. They still trail by 10 as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning in Hayes. Bottom of the fourth in Hays, Kansas. Palmer Hutchison will lead things off for the Larks. 1-0 is the count to Hutch right now. Palmer 1 for 2 in the day with 2 RBIs on a single in the third inning. He came around to score in that same inning. The first inning, he grounded into double play for the first out of the first inning. Two balls, no strikes now to Hutchison. Moving in from second base to pitch is Andrew Silva. Takes over from Stamper. First strike here. 2-1. Silva from San Francisco State. He's a Colorado native. Went to De La Salle High School in Concord, California. Not a Colorado native, California native. It's a 6'3" righty. This year at San Francisco State, he made 13 appearances on the mound, every single one in relief. Had a 9 ERA after throwing 14 innings, giving up 28 hits, walking 4 and a walk 1 here. So Hutchison will reach for the second straight inning. We'll go to Ben Ferenzi, who homered in his last at-bat. It's his first home run. He sent it to right field. Both home runs for the Larks this year have been to that right field side. He scored Palmer Hutchison on that play as well. Ball gets away from Pulowski. That one just rolls between his legs. He lost it. Another wild pitch last patch ball, and the Larks have taken advantage of those. Hutchison moves to second base and is in scoring position. It appears to be Braden Lukart warming up in the pen for Hays. And I think it'll be him who comes in for the fifth inning, and Hunter Parker will be done, just judging Hunter Parker's interactions right now in the dugout. 2-0, swing and a miss to Ferenzi. 2-1. Those 4 innings from Parker was the longest outing as from a Lark this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ferenzi. So the third pitcher of the day for Boulder. Stamper finishes his day. 1 inning pitched, 4 earned runs, 4 hits allowed. This one hit hard from Ferenzi. It's in fair territory. It's going to roll in the grass in left field. And Palmer Hutchison's going to score from second. Ferenzi has a double and a home run on the day now. 3 RBIs for Ben Ferenzi, 2 runs scored for Palmer Hutchison. Larks have now scored 14. And we'll go to Leo Geminian.
The right fielder, Leo Geminian.
Leo was hit by a pitch in each of the second and third innings. And he scored in the third inning. 14 runs scored for the Larks through 3 innings, since we haven't gotten out here in the 4th inning. Larks scored 14 against the Colorado Pirates in the summer of 2020. And then a week later, they went to Boulder, put up 15 the day before that against the Colorado Pirates again. And then in Boulder on July 5th of 2020, they won the game 20-0. Ground ball to the left side. It's going to be fielded by Veltine, calling off Arumbala. And Jiminian just too fast. It'll be an infield single for Jiminian, and Ferenzi read it well. Gets himself to third base in the play. Runners on the corners with nobody out.
Top of the Larks batting order, the 8th Street Liquor Beverage batter, the second baseman, number 2, Tanner Rice.
So Larks no strangers to putting up a ton of runs against the Collegians. Again, they had that 20-0 win in 2020, and they run ruled them on their own field again in 2021 after the 20-run victory in 2022, winning 16-6 last year in Boulder. Off speed to Tanner Rice in the zone, called strike 2. Rice on the day 1 for 2, a walk, a double, and a strikeout. 2 runs scored, 1 run driven in. Not very often that you get to make 4 plate appearances before an outs recorded in the 4th inning. Most runs the Larks scored last year was 21. They won 21-2 against the Colorado Rough Riders. They scored double digits a ton. Larks averaged 10 runs per game last year. They just had a great offensive season last year, scoring 397 runs. 1-2 to Rice. Gonna miss inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jiminian stays at first. Jiminian at first, Ferenzi at second, Rice at the dish. Two-two. Outside, 3-2. Larks 12 hits today. Says the scoreboard at Larks Park, it should say 14. Tanner Rice cranks this one to right center. Moving towards it is Moser and Woolwine. Will it be a home run? No, it's off the glove of Moser. Ferenzi was tagging. He'll head home. And Tanner Rice to second base. Jiminian to third. And it will be ruled a double. The second double of the inning for the Larks. Tanner Rice, back-to-back innings with a double to get fans half-price drinks as the beverage batter picks up his second RBI. Ferenzi scores his second run of the game. Jiminian to third.
The designated hitter, number 6, Hunter Rawson.
Larks now up 15-3. They've scored 4 in the first. This one's going to be hit to left field. Off the bat of Hunter Rawson, and he picks up his first RBI of the day. Jiminian scores for the second time today. And Larks just cruising Rice to third. 16-3 for the Larks. Still nobody out. Larks brought 9 to the plate in the third inning before we got our first out. See how many they can bring to the fourth before they do that. Tarosian, batter number 6 of the inning. 1-0. That RBI from Rawson, number 2 on the season. This one's going to be chopped to the right side. Pinch hitting for Dylan Dreiling is Jackson Halter. He'll reach on a fielder's choice and drive home Tanner Rice. Excuse me, pinch hitting for Tyler LaRue is Jackson Halter. No, not Tyler LaRue. Jack Tarosian.
The catcher, number 26, Tyler LaRue.
So we go to Tyler LaRue now. Jack Tarosian will finish his day reaching 3 times and scoring 3 times. Jackson Halter picks up his second RBI as a Lark. Hunter Rawson on the play. Tanner Rice scores for the third inning for the third time. Scored in the first, third, and fourth now. 17-3 Hayes, 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. So we'll see what the Larks do defensively. Halter, a catcher. I doubt they'll play him in center. Delivery to LaRue outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. LaRue 2 for 3 on the day. Singled in the first inning. And then popped up and singled in the third inning. He scored twice and driven in 2. This one again misses 3-2. Full count and a payoff pitch coming Tyler LaRue's way. Taking off is Jackson Halter. This one's going to be chopped to the third base side. Velteen fields it in because Jackson Halter stole. There will be no double play. They'll just get Tyler LaRue now 2 for 4 on the day. Halter to second base.
The left fielder, number 33, Dylan Dreiling.
2 away for Dylan Dreiling. We'll see how long this game lasts. Clouds are starting to get dark in Hayes. Hayes just got issued a severe thunderstorm warning, but no lightning detected. Right center field for Dylan Dreiling. It'll drop and roll to the wall. Dreiling has another double, his 3rd of the game, and has his 6th RBI of the game. Jackson Halter scores for the first time today. 6 RBIs for Dylan Dreiling, and in just 2 games and 3 2/3 innings, he matches his entire 2020 season total in terms of RBIs for the Larks. Dreiling 4 for 4 today. Take him to Wendy's. 3 doubles and a single. Dreiling all 3 doubles this year in today's game. Came in this game 1 for Reagan, and let's say he changed his luck today. Is now 5 of 13 for the Larks. Cade Brown at the dish, 1-1 count. Larks scored 4 in the first, went silent, only brought 3 to the plate in the second. Kind of an anomaly in this game. Picked up 9 in the third, and now 5 in the fourth. 18-3 ball game. (1-1). Brown sends this one over to the right side, out of play. So a fun day if you're a Larks fan. Just enjoy an unusual Sunday evening game at Larks Park, as we're normally playing at 7 p.m. Game got moved up because of the weather. But if you're a Boulder fan, this one's a tough one to sit through. 1-2 outside, 2-2. We do appreciate you watching on Larks Network. Be sure to subscribe while you're watching. Our analytics show that over 50% of our viewers are not subscribers, and subscribing really helps us out a ton. Cade Brown sends this one to the wall. It's going to be a leap from Woolwine, and Brown makes it a 20-3 ball game. And the Larks will bat around in the fourth now. RBIs number 1 and 2. Dreiling scores his 2nd run of the game. Cade Brown scores his 2nd run of the game. Every Lark but Hunter Rawson has scored multiple runs today. 20 runs for the Larks through 3 2/3 innings. Just ridiculous for the Birds. Cade Brown, his first home run of 2022, his 2nd as a Lark. Palmer Hutchins to the dish. He led off this inning with a walk, and will get extra bases, roping this one to left field. It'll be a stand-up double for the KCK third baseman. Two-out double, and Ben Ferenzi will come to the dish. Ferenzi to the dish. He doubled in this inning and had a home run in the 3rd inning. He's driven in 3 and scored 2. 11th hitter of the inning for Hayes, called strike on him. Hutchison now 2 for 3 on the day. Double play, a walk, a single, and a double. This one's grounded up the middle, and Palmer Hutchison is going to be sent home. The throw home is going to be cut off by Silva, the pitcher. Looks pretty demoralized on the mound. It's an RBI single for Ben Ferenzi, and he's now just a triple shy of the cycle. 2 runs scored now, 4 runs driven in. Hutchison scores for the 3rd time today, and the 2nd time in the 4th inning. 21-3. Larks brought 13 to the plate in the 2nd inning, and now brought 12 to the plate in the 4th inning. So 25 hitters to the plate for the Larks over the past 5 outs. Swing and a miss from Jeminian. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Braden Lucart's had plenty of time to get warm in the pen. So how long these past 2 innings have taken. 17 runs scored for the Larks over the past 2 innings. Jeminian slowly rolls this one up the middle, and Arubula will sidearm it to the new second baseman for out number 3. Larks score 8 runs. Ferenzi gets a double and a single in this inning, but is out there. Jeminian will end it. Larks, another big inning. Here we go to the 5th inning. Hayes up by 18. Top of the 5th, who already 1 away while we were switching innings over on the broadcast. Adam Moser just grounded out to Ben Ferenzi with a nice throw. 1 away, new pitcher in the game is Braden Lucart, Oklahoma Sooner. 1 of 2 Sooners on the roster along with Cade Brown. Brown done at first base now. Sent out to right field. This one's popped over the right side. And it'll go foul.
Thanks to Gallows Diner and LB Brewing Company for the free T-shirts.
Lucart making his second appearance on the mound this year. He came in relief, and Gray Bend was a second pitcher of the game, replacing Luke Terbeek in the 4th inning. Has a 1-2 count here to Jackson Woolwine with 1 away. It's a pop fly that'll go out of play. And Lucart chased it all the way there. chased it all the way to the Boulder dugout, so he'll have a walk back to the mound. So new defensive alignment now. Cade Brown moves from first to right field. Tyler LaRue moves from behind the dish to first base. Leo Jemenian moves from right field to center field. And Jackson Halter is our new catcher. 1-2 home, lined hard to the left side, but it'll be foul. One-two, chop to the Larks dugout. Lucart had an uncharacteristic outing against the Badcats. Went 1 1/3, got handed the loss, gave up 2 earned runs, 4 runs scored, but only 2 earned. Gave up 1 walk and 5 hits, striking out 1 guy in the process. 1-2 count, Woolwine stays alive. Woolwine 0 for 3 on the day. 0 for 2 on the day with a pop out to Cade Brown, and then struck out in the first inning. This one's hit well to left center field. Dreiling moves back. Jemenian moves back. And it's going to be a 1-out home run. The second home run of the game for the Collegians. Deficit's cut down to 17. Let's hope the Larks can keep it. Other home run for the Collegians came off of the bat of Dylan Souvenir, one that was well struck to right field. This one even more well struck. It was between the 405 and 349 markers in left center field. Woolwine caught all of that ball and is now 1 for 3. So Lucart now 3 earned runs through 1 2/3 innings pitched. And 1-0 from the southpaw from St. Joseph, Missouri. And it'll be lined to Lucart's teammate in right field at OU, Cade Brown, 2 away.
Cade Brown in right field. Cade Brown has moved to right field. Leo Jemenian in center.
Matt Farrin comes the dish. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both swinging. Lucart wants to give him a hat trick right here. Gets a swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Farrin, the DH. From San Francisco State. 0-2. This actually isn't Farrin. It's number 7 on the roster, but there's no number 7 listed from Boulder. But Braden Lucart says, doesn't matter what his number is, I'll still strike him out. The cleanup spot has struck out 3 times today. And Lucart gives up 1 home run in the 5th. Larks still up 17 as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Bottom of the fifth, new pitcher into the game, Brady Velteen, and pinch hitting for Tanner Rice
Number 21, Kobe Grimsley.
will be Kobe Grimsley. He's a pitcher only, but the Larks are going to let him hit. And I was looking at Kobe's hitting stats and ratings from high school. I was kind of wondering why Murray State only wanted him as a pitcher only, and while that's what he was listed at as the Larks and at Central Oklahoma. So he had a really good numbers from high school. Had a 105 exit velocity from PBR. And in his perfect game bio, he's listed as a second baseman / catcher, middle infielder, outfielder, and utility. So pretty much everything on the diamond, because he was also listed as a right-handed pitcher. 3-1 is the count to Kobe Grimsley. And it looks like the Larks are just going to let the pitchers hit because Austin Pewett's on deck. And now Ben Baker Livingston puts on a helmet. Kobe Grimsley chops this one to the left side. Velteen's replacement at third base, Silva, can't get it to first in time, and Kobe Grimsley has a hit. So it'll bring up Austin Pewett.
Now batting for the Larks. From Grand Canyon University, number 29, Austin Pewitt.
So we go to Austin Pewett. Didn't see anything about him hitting in high school. We'll see what he can do at the plate. 1-0. Sends this one to the left side. Arumbala will get called off by Silva, who elects just to go to first base. Grimsley safe at second. And Pewett out at first.
The catcher, number 5, Jackson Halter.
So we'll stay with Jackson Halter, the catcher. He'll be, looks like maybe the only normal batter that will get a stay in and hits. This one's grounded to the first base side and fair. And now I'm seeing Chris Echeverria working on some batting gloves, so we'll see if we let him pitch or hit. Caleb Meredith also puts on a helmet in the dugouts. So just a fun Sunday at the ballpark. Let your pitchers who don't get appearances at the plate swing the bat. 0-1 delivery to Jackson Halter will miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. This one's grounded hard to second baseman, and he can't field it. And then his throw to first is going to be errant. Jackson Halter reaches on an error, and Larks put runners on the corners. So we go to Ben Baker Livingston to pinch hit for Tyler LaRue, the catcher. So
Now batting for the Larks from the University of New Mexico, number 31, Ben Baker Livingston.
if we do play a 6th inning, it'll be interesting to see what we do defensively. With all these pitcher-onlys, but we'll have fun with it for right now. 1-0 count to Ben Baker Livingston. He grounds this one to the right side, and won't you know it, the New Mexico Lobo sees one at bat as a Lark and gets 1 hit and an RBI. Ben Baker Livingston with the single. Kobe Grimsley scores. And moving to second base is Jackson Halter.
Number 34, Caleb Meredith.
So the Tennessee Volunteer, Caleb Meredith, will make his way to the plate. Sam Hendon, the pitcher from Central Alabama, will be on deck. Meredith with kind of an ugly swing to the left side. Foul. 22-4. Meredith, the 5th batter of the inning, the 4th pitcher to hit. And Larks have still scored a run with only 1 out. Meredith sends this one to center field. It's actually pretty deep. Moser, now 10 feet or so from the warning track, close to the 405 marker in deep center. And for out number 2. So 2 on, 2 out now. And even more fun for the Larks, Cade Brown replaces 40th year head coach Frank Leo as the third base coach. So they're just letting the boys be boys today. And I'm hoping Sam Hendon right here gets it on base and keeps the inning going because Luke Terbeek's on deck to hit. Call strike 1 on Hendon. Hendon, 11 appearances on the mound at Central Alabama, none hitting, so we see what he can do here. He has an 18-run cushion to work with. 0-1, he rips hard to left field, and it's going to be into the bullpen. Almost hits Cam Walton, who was middle of a warm-up pitch before he saw a ball come blazing at him. The 0-2 to Sam Hendon, inside 1-2. This one above the letters, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, and Hendon will be punched out looking. The Larks bring 5 pitchers to the plates and score 1 run in the 5th inning. We go to the 6th. Hayes up by 18. It looks like we're going to have even more fun in the 6th. I see a bunch of pitchers jogging out to the field. Top of the 5th, Cam Walton will take over on the mound, make his second appearance as the Larks starts off. Connor Pulaski with a first pitch ball. 1-0. It's delivery inside 2-0. All right, let's try out the defense. In left field now, Caleb Meredith. Leo Jiminian stays in center. Sam Hendon in right field. Ben Baker-Livingston now at first. Kobe Grimsley at second. Chris Echeverria at short, who comes in to field this one, makes a nice scoop off the turf, throws hard to first, and Baker Livingston with a nice scoop. And the pitcher's doing well defensively. Walton Pulls off his cap and gives a sarcastic cap tip. And still behind the plate, Jackson Halter, and then Luke Terbeek in the hot corner. 1 up, 1 down. So 6 pitchers in the field, 1 on the mound. The only normal defensive player still in the game, Jeminian in center, and Halter behind the dish. 0-1 delivery here to Veltine. Chop to the right side. Walton comes off the mound, and we'll just be able to toss it to first base in time to his Lobo teammate, Ben Baker Livingston. 2 up, 2 down.
Number 11, Andrew Silva.
So here in the top of the 6th inning, 22-4 lead for the Larks. Luke Terbeek will be the leadoff hitter in the bottom half of the 6th. Then we'll still have to play another half inning after that before the run rule comes into play. Unless the Larks give up 9 runs over these next 4 outs. 1-0 count here to Andrew Silva, who started the game at second base, moved to the mound, and is now at third base. Swan is going to be grounded to the second baseman, Kobe Grimsley, who has an error on that. And Kobe's a guy who was listed as his first position on his scouting report on Perfect Game, said he was a second baseman / catcher. So uncharacteristic right there. It's an E4, and Silva reaches for the first time today.
The batter, number 1, Dylan Souvenir.
Walton threw 2 innings on Friday versus the Batcats. 1 hit allowed, 1 walk allowed, but he struck out 5 guys. Second on the team in strikeouts behind Hunter Parker, who has thrown quite a few more innings than him. Swing and a miss, 0-1 counts. No balls and a strike. Halter blocks this one, 1-1. So Larks are having fun letting the pitchers play. I think we'll see how much fun they want to let them have. See if they put a pitcher behind the dish, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away to Dylan Souvenir. 2 for 2 on the day. He's had a really good day. A home run and a single. He's driven in 3 runs and scored 1. Line drive to right field. It drops in front of Hendon. One that I think Jack Terosian would have made a better play on had he still been in right field, but won't fault Hendon for that. Single for Dylan Souvenir, and he's now 3 for 3. Moving to third base is Silva. Runners on the corners with 2 away. Derek Woolwine at the bottom of the order to the dish. 0 for 2 with a couple of pop-outs. Takes a called strike from Walton. And now we got Hunter Marshall up in the pen for the Larks. So we'll probably pitch the 7th. And assuming Boulder doesn't score 9 runs, that'll be it. 0-1 home, off speed above the letters, 1-1. Nice pitch from Cam, but an even better hit to right field. And it's going to be a 3-run shot for Derek Woolwine. Sam Hendon just watches it go over the fence, and the deficit is cut to 15. Maybe start to get nervous if you're a Larks fan. I don't know if we can hold on to 15 runs. Third home run of the game, however, for Boulder, and if the Larks didn't put up 22 runs, this would be a good game for them. 7 runs through 5 2/3 innings. have a home run from Souvenir, a home run from Woolwine, and now a home run from the other Woolwine. Derek and Jackson both with one. Scoring is Derek, Dylan Souvenir, and Andrew Silva. One and 0. This one's popped up to center field. Moving in is Leo Geminian, and he makes the catch behind the back. Pretty impressive, and the crowd took notice, and so do his teammates. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. Hayes up by 15. Boulder gets 3 back on the Derek Woolwine 3-run home run. Bottom of the 6th, Hayes up by 15. Woolwine back to the mound. 0-1 count to Luke Terbeek. And he watches this one miss 1-1. This was the at-bat I was excited for right here. Let's see what the Dutch pitcher can do. He hits one hard to the left side, but Arumbula has it right at him, and Luke Terbeek will be 0 for 1 in his career at the plate for the Larks. So now we'll go to Chris Echeverria, the new shortstop, former closer for the Larks.
The next shortstop, number 18, Chris Echeverria.
Takes an ugly swing at that one. Down the count 0-1. Takes over for Ben Ferenzi. This one's grounded up the middle. Woolwine can't make a play. Arumbula's throw to first will not be in time, and it'll be the first career hit for Chris Echeverria for the Larks. 21 hits for the Larks through 5 1/3. And now Cam Walton's going to hit. He pitched and will take over in right field or center field the next inning. Leo Geminian's done. Walton sends this one to the right side, and Cam Walton's a guy who really hit well in high school. Had some great stats and some good scouting reports, but will go down on one pitch. So at the top of the order, Kobe Grimsley, who singled and scored in the 5th inning. Echeverria at first, 2 away here in the 6th inning. This one's going to get away from Pulowski. Echeverria moves into scoring position. Grimsley in the right-hander's batter's box. 1-0 count, sends one to left field. Souvenir moves to his left, gets caught off by Moser. Larks goes scoreless for the first time since the second inning. They'll have 3 more outs to get a run roll up 22-7 here in Hayes on Larks Network. Top of the 7th, Hunter Marshall will take over on the mound. Leo Jiminian will be replaced by Cam Walton in center. Everybody else stays the same on the diamond. Hunter Marshall, UTA Maverick from Keller, Texas. Made 5 appearances for the Mavericks this year. Striking out 6 through 5 2/3 starts off. Leadoff hitter Jackson Woolwine with the first pitch strike, then throws him a ball 1-1. Cade Hare, the only eligible pitcher only to not see the field in this game. 2-1. Hunter Parker, the only other pitcher only to not field or hit. That's because he started the game on the mound for the Larks and threw 4 innings. But at least he saw the field. And Hunter Marshall has a 2-2 count versus Jackson Woolwine. Swing and a miss. 5-pitch strikeout for Hunter Marshall. Marshall threw 1 inning on Friday against Great Bend. Allowed 1 hit, walked 1, but struck out 2, no runs. Second appearance in a Larks uniform, gets a ground ball to the second baseman. Grimsley throw to first to Baker Livingston in time, 2 away. So everybody but Jackson Halter on the field is a pitcher. Meredith in left, Walton in center, Hendon in right, Baker Livingston at first, Grimsley second, Echeverria at short, and Terbeek at third with Marshall on the mound. 1 out away from a run rule here in Hayes. Larks have just kind of dominated all game long. Get a ground ball to left side. Echeverria moves in, scoops it. The throw to first will be in time for the 3rd out. Larks run rule the Collegians 22-7. A lot of different guys take the field. Larks score a ton of runs. 9 runs in the 3rd, 8 in the 4th were the big ones. Dylan Dreiling had a great game. Drove in 6 runs. Ben Ferenzi drove in 4 runs. And Jack Terosian led the team in runs scored with 3. Let's take a look at what's coming up for the Larks before we end the broadcast. Larks will have tomorrow off, so enjoy the day. Free of Larks baseball, and then come back on Tuesday as we take on our rivals, the Dodge City A's, former Jayhawk League rivals there. Then we went to the KCLB and we're rivals with them there. Now we're back in the same league. So be sure to watch that game or come out to the ballpark. We'll have Wednesday and Friday off and then start a 4-game road trip in Colorado against the Game Day Saints that Friday. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night. First pitch at 7. Not tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Tuesday, not tomorrow. First pitch at 7 p.m. Larks versus A's. Larks winning here 22-7. Final. They cruise to a 50-run victory. Thank you for tuning in to Larks Network. This has been Carson Ackerman. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you on Tuesday.